is so amazing. I can't believe they have the guts to do that. This open space here is worth a visit. When I moved here 6.5 years ago, I was so surprised by the change in air quality that one of the first things I did was to unpack this bike so I could ride. I had been to Beijing before in 2007. Back then, the smog was so thick. The city was in the middle of implementing special air pollution control measures for a safe Beijing Summer Olympics in 2008. But we all know temporary fixes for chronic problems, they're not enough. So in 2012, the government introduced the concept of a beautiful China. A year later, Beijing began pursuing policies, from planting billions of trees up north in Inner Mongolia to reduce the impact of sandstorms, to increasing incentives for new energy vehicles. All these policies to get the fresh air 20 million Beijingers and myself enjoy most days each year. Studies show the number of days in Beijing with good or moderately good air quality has risen steadily, from just 176 days in 2013, then 288 in 2021, to 348 last year. I can't count the number of photos I've taken of the clear Beijing skyline. You might be wondering, why do I have such a fancy-looking bike? Well, for 12 years, I was an avid triathlete, so Olympic-sized swimming pools and clean, fresh water to swim in were my life's priority. That guy is gonna go jumping into the frigid water. You will not know how cold that is. Jayo! Woo! It's admirable how Beijing has cleaned up its rivers and waterways. I've retired from racing, and I haven't gathered the guts to go winter swimming like the locals, but when the hot and humid Beijing summer comes, this river, the Liangma, right at the heart of Diplomats Row, tops my list. It's hard to believe that what was once a polluted, foul-smelling waterway until 15 years ago has now become one of my favorite spots in Beijing for a quick dip or paddleboarding during the summer.
我经常来，尤其是到夏天以后，景色非常漂亮，关键是空气好。
这边的话，整体水质也好，空气也好，都属于不错。这跟这个10几年前肯定是变化非常大。
Nearly 88% of all rivers and lakes monitored in Beijing are now rated healthy. That's thanks to an integrated approach of wastewater management, proper waste disposal, rainwater reuse, and stronger water conservation. I may have retired from triathlon, but that doesn't mean I'm lying flat. Beijing gives me a lot of opportunities to stay active. Beijing has 1,100 parks. The government has a master plan until 2035 that each of the 20 million Beijing residents, like myself, will live close to or have a park or green space 500 meters from where they live. I live close to Chaoyang Park in the Central Business District. But just 35 minutes from the city is Tongzhou Central Green Forest Park. This open space here is worth a visit. It's Beijing's first park with international certification for carbon neutrality. It wasn't like this over a decade ago. Tongzhou Central Green Forest Park was once the site of a major chemical plant. When operation ceased in 2017, the Beijing government began targeted treatment of the polluted soil and ecological restoration. So what we see here are some pictures from 1978, 1980 of what this entire park used to be like, a chemical plant. Today there are observation hills, botanic gardens, and bird-watching areas. Such natural landscapes are only possible if the soil is low contamination and high quality enough for plants and animals to thrive in. 您常来这吗？
对，经常来这边。
这几年有什么变化吗？
有变化可大了，这边的环境生态保护的非常好。现在政府投资这个力度也特别大，环境一变了之后呢，来的人好多，那我们就有的拍了。所以呢，对我们来说受益匪浅。
谢谢你，谢谢你。
不客气，不客气，谢谢。
When family and friends ask me why I like living in Beijing so much, a big reason are the open spaces like these that turn into lush green oases when spring comes. What Beijing has done to improve its air, water, and soil quality in the last 10 years, and even in the last 6 years alone that I've been living here, has been mind-boggling. And this isn't exclusive to Beijing alone. It's an integrated, coordinated effort that's going on all over the country to build a beautiful China.